Well, good morning, everybody. It's Larry Steiness, and I am the Crazy Options Trader. Okay, stock market's a freaking mess, and everybody's like reaching out to me. Are you okay, Larry? Are you okay, Larry? I think it's hysterical. I mean, I know I made a couple of jokes about posting. I'm looking for a bridge to jump off, but really, seriously, it's not that bad. Okay, it sucks. I admit. However, let's take this and put this into a little bit of perspective, because I think the problem is everyone is just going nuts right now. All right, so January was an unbelievable month. In fact, it was too good to be true. And we probably all should have realized it was too good to be true and kind of pulled back a little bit. Now, the reality is I took so much profit in January, it's okay. I mean, across my accounts, I made an $83,000 profit across my accounts, and that's actual money I've taken. Now, at the same time, some of that money was reinvested. And when I look at it, when I really look at the perspective, at the very moment, I'm down 60,000 since my 83,000 up. That puts me in a pretty good position. Now, don't forget that I haven't sold anything yet, so that means that if I haven't sold anything yet, I haven't lost anything yet. One of the keys to investing that people need to understand is it's not a profit or a loss until you sell it. So it's not so bad. Now, there are a couple of positions I'm going to discuss them in a minute that I kind of probably thinking they're probably bad positions. But hey, I can't get 100% profit on 100% of the trades. If I did, honestly, I wouldn't be making this video, right? I'd be somewhere else. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what's going on here in the market. I want to talk about the Dow Jones itself and talk a little bit about what's happening. If you look at this, first of all, let me see if I can make that a little bit better for you. And get rid of, there we go. Okay, look. So if you look at December, we had a bottom line here of about 23,500. All right, then we've got this retracing back down here. And honestly, look, here's where it's going to get scary. If this breaks below 23,500, we're in a little bit of trouble. Okay, if it stays above 23,500, we're going to be all right. It'll probably bounce back to somewhere in the area. Boy, my internet is not good, so I apologize for the choppiness right now. But it'll probably stay somewhere. Between 23,500 and 24,500, which should be normal for this, which is right around here. Okay, that should be normal. This was just a ridiculous takeoff, and hey, we profited from it. I profited from it. Some of my students profited from it. Some of the students right now are freaking out, and it happens. It's just the way, it's the story of stock options trading. It's just the way it is. Now, look, I want to show you real quick my wife's account, okay? Let me just go back here. My wife's account, we talked about this before. She started out with $1,600 January 1st, 2017. Now, look, she's up over 1,000%, but she was up to 27,000 in the middle of January, or the end of January. Which way do you look at that? Do you go, oh my God, she lost 10,000? Or do you look at it and go, holy crap, she's up over 1,000% since a year ago? And that's really what you need to do. You need to just calm down and understand that stock options works. It absolutely works, but you gotta take the time to, number one, follow the rules, and you have to understand that there's gonna be some crazy swings. If you guys remember last year when I was doing the challenge, I had to give up the challenge because the swings was so big, it made me crazy. I had some swings of $60,000 in a day. Now, I had a swing of $60,000 in 3 days recently, but I had a swing of $60,000 in a day, and I couldn't handle it. I just couldn't handle it. It was a lesson learned. In fact, here's the lesson learned now. The lesson learned now is calm down and just follow the rules. Now, I got some trades that I'm really thinking that are pretty ugly, and I want to talk about some of those trades. Thanks, Ed. Right, exactly. Ed posted, the sky is falling. That's exactly what's happening. This is what the stock market's doing right now. People are freaking out because they think the sky is falling. I'm sorry, again, for the choppiness. But let me just show you some of these trades real quick and show you what I think is good and what I think is a problem right now. Now, I got in some of these trades a little early, so I'm in a little bit of trouble. Now, a little bit of trouble is, it's fine. Understand that the way my rules for stock options trading that really were written because I was losing money like crazy in stock options, and I said, hey, when did I make money? When did I lose money? And I realized that when I made money, I did certain things, and when I lost money, I did other certain things. And one of the biggest mistakes I made and made me lose money was panicking. And if I panic, I'm going to lose my shirt. Honestly, it's a Robert Graham shirt, so I don't want to lose it because it's kind of expensive. So I don't want to lose it, right? But here's the deal. Last year, in this account, I made $190,000 off of $100,000. And I took the $190,000 out. So again, perspective, right? There's about 82,000 in here. I got to be honest with you. I just put 20,000 back in. It's the first time in a year, in a year and a half that I put any money into this account. There's 82,000 in it right now, so you can tell it's a little bit of a scary number. But at the same time, I took $190,000 out of the account last year. Let's have some perspective here. But okay, going back to my trades, I've got an Apple 160 call. Not even the slightest bit worried about it. Is that I paid $11, so Apple, if it comes down to 171 by June, I'm okay. Same thing here. I got a 170. I paid $9 for it. 179. I'm okay. This one worries me a little bit. It's a 175. I paid $10 for it, which means that I got to do 185 to break even. May or may not happen, but I don't have to wait for it to break even. I'm down $13,000 in this trade. I don't have to make money on this trade, but I don't want to lose $13,000 on this trade. Maybe I'll wait till I'm minus $5,000 and I'll get out just so I don't lose the whole thing. That's all I'm looking for right now, because I'm trying not to lose money or not to lose all my money. That's what these trades are about. Chesapeake, my wife says, stay out of there. And sometimes I need to learn to listen to her. Again, Facebook 180 call, it's at 172 right now. I'm down 22%. This doesn't bother me whatsoever. Facebook is an incredible stock. It's going to come back. It's going to come back before earnings, and it's going to shoot up to 200 sometime June, July, August. It's going to be 200. Look, it's a 172. It's getting beat to hell. I don't even understand why it's getting beat to hell, because some of the other stocks aren't getting beat to hell. But let's take a quick look at what's going on today. So today, Facebook's already up $2.68. Now, I got to be honest with you. After yesterday, I was like, look, every time I look at it, I'm like, I want to cry. There's no doubt I want to cry. But perspective, man, just perspective. I can't. If I lost 100% of the money I got in stock options, I'm way ahead. Now, I don't expect to lose 100% of the money in stock options, not at all. So I'm not worried about it, especially with the rules. And by the way, if you want to download the rules, go to crazyoptionstrader.com/rules, and you can download the rules. They're $20. And if you lose, and I tell people, if you lose money following the rules, I'll even give you twice your money back on the rules. All right? It's not a big deal. All right? I've got people in panic, some of my students in panic mode, but they need to calm down. It's not so bad. Just wait. By the way, my prediction is all this crap will be over by next Tuesday or Wednesday. That's it. One of the things that happens in the stock market is the stock market moves really, really slow and really, really fast, depending on your perspective. Okay, really, really slow is 3 days. It takes 3 days for something to happen. For some reason, I don't know why, but people think that that the 3 days the problem. This whole week was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Next week is not going to be a nightmare. It may not be great, but it ain't going to be a nightmare. It's only the first week of February, and we came off the hottest stock market rise in years. It's okay. All right. And here we go. We already see that Facebook and Apple are already up. And, that's a good thing. So that's why I always say in my rules not to sell on a down day. There's the mouse. Okay. And I always sell not to sell on a down day. All right. Next thing I want to go real quick is my charts. And I want to tell you something, okay? I have now moved, I realized something. I have now moved Royal Caribbean to the top of my charts. And I made a mistake, okay? And it was not really a mistake. I mean, it's like, it's just, whatever. But anyway, so I moved Royal Caribbean to the top of my charts. Royal Caribbean right now is the #1 stock options trade for me because it moves so predictably. Now, if it happens to fall, and I actually think this is kind of unlikely, but if it falls on 120, under 120, I'm actually considering, if it falls under 120, I'm considering selling everything I got and just jumping into it because I know it's going to shoot back up to the 128. Royal Caribbean, if you looked at the chart, I don't have it up, I'm sorry, but it's a perfect stock options chart. So why I had it all the way down to the bottom, I don't know. Oh, I lost my thing here. Okay, why I had it all the way down to the bottom, I don't know. But frankly, it's probably the best stock option stock that I have right now. By the way, my wife found it. My wife is, she's pretty good, isn't she? Facebook, I don't know why it's getting beat up. I don't know why Apple's getting beat up. Netflix, I'm waiting for 235. I'm going to play it up to 260. Chesapeake, if it goes down to 2.5, I'm going to buy more. Twitter is back on my board. It's back on my board. Twitter now is a real company again. It recovered nicely, and I think it's going to do really well. So I'm looking forward to that too. Let's see what I got here. Follow the rules, my friend. Ron. Hey, thank you, Ron. I appreciate that, Ron. Ron's telling me to follow the rules. Beautiful. Okay, look. That's it. That's what I got to tell you. It isn't as bad as it looks. It's bad. No doubt. But it isn't as bad as it looks. So hang in there. And for my students, hang in there. Just hang in there. It's going to get better. I also promise you're not going to lose 100% of your money. That's the key to this game. If you lose 100% of your money, you got no more money to play. And I hate using the word play because it's not really the right word. It's invest. So if you take a bad trade, it's okay as long as your next trade is good and the next trade is good, and it's okay. You'll be able to average lots of money at the end. I mean, last year I had a bunch of bad trades. Some of them were just stupid trades, to be honest with you, and some of them I broke the rules. And when I broke the rules, I mean, VRX was a great one that if I would have stuck with it, not only would I have not lost $22,000 on that trade, but I would have made something like $60,000 on that trade because I broke the rules. So follow the rules, relax, it's okay, nothing bad is going to happen, your life is not going to change dramatically because you lost a couple of bucks in the stock market, and if it has, you played too much. That's for real. You put too much in. All right, look, here's the deal. This is the Crazy Options Trader. Stay in touch. If you have any questions about this or anything else in stock market or even real estate, let me know, and I apologize again for the choppiness. It is what it is.